Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood. Now it's 6:30.
Good evening. This is News 6 at 6:30, getting results. Thank you for joining us here live on News 6 Plus.
From Tampa Bay's #1 news station, this is the Fox 13 5 o'clock news.
How much of a toll this takes on me to go through this process every day.
Being a victim of a violent crime is hard enough as it is, but sometimes navigating through the court process makes it even harder. The new resource that's helping Hillsborough County families.
The faces you see there are faces of evil. And the sad part about it, there's many more out there.
Truly heinous. Those are words of state investigators as they expose an international child porn ring leading to several arrests. What led to the disturbing discovery?
I got a call saying, well, I don't qualify for rehab, but we're going to replace it. And I was like, I went over to tell my sister, and she was jumping up and down.
A crucial lifeline comes to pass nearly 3 years after the storm. The program that's helping Hurricane Ian survivors rebuild their homes and their lives. Good evening, everyone. I'm Linda Hurtado.
And I'm Haley Hines. Thanks for joining us.
Greatness isn't given, it's earned. It takes years of hard work, dedication, building the right team. We put in that work. We built that team to give you a forecast that can't be beat, making sure you're safe and informed. That's why we're not just accurate, we're the most accurate.
Congratulations to the News Channel 9 Storm Team on being certified as Central New York's most accurate for 14 years in a row.
Rockford officers arrest a man during a traffic stop. The new charges the convicted felon now faces.
Plus, an effort to target the needs of young children. Local school leaders talk about the Week of the Young Child.
And a NASCAR driver set to sport some Rockford pride. What Josh Bilicki will drive in this month's race at Rockingham Speedway.
Live from WTWO 17. This is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening. I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Wendell Edwards. We thank you for being here. Tonight at 5, Rockford police arrest a convicted felon following a traffic stop over the weekend.
And the first 20 forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Sports Director Scott Lever, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
This week, 6 News at 5:30 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 5:30.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepper. Let's start the clock on our first 6 minutes of news. And we begin in Detroit, where police are now investigating.
Working for you. This is Fox 2 News Morning.
Good morning. We're approaching 5 o'clock on this Tuesday. I'm Josh Landon.
And I'm Kelly Rowe. It's April 8th, but today it'll feel a little like February.
Now at 6, we check out the damage after a tornado moved through parts of Crawford County, Kansas and Vernon County, Missouri. Plus, Moundville, Missouri community members also rallied to clean up after the storm, and authorities respond to a 3-car crash as the storm rained down in Joplin.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
4-staters are assessing the storm damage, salvaging what they can and cleaning up. It appears much of the damage is from a single tornado that swept through parts of 2 states. Touchdown in the area of Arma and Arcadia in southeast Kansas around 7:12 this morning. It remained on the ground as it crossed into Missouri, moving into the Moundville and Nevada area before finally leaving Vernon County just before 8 a.m. We do not have any reports of serious injuries. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. There are no longer any watches or warnings in the area. We're going to get to weather in a bit.
Afternoon and welcome to Live at 5 on WBON TV Channel 9. I'm Gwendolyn Morton. Some of our local stories we've got today. In Madison County, man is dead following a Sunday night fire. We've got the details on that.
You're watching Fox 35 News Plus, streaming on Fox Local.
President Trump continuing to answer questions from reporters in the Oval Office. everyone, I'm Crystal Cruz. Tonight on News West 9 at 6, 8 families are looking for a new place to live after an apartment fire in Midland.
Plus, issues with warranty claims. People still not in their homes. News 12 Investigates takes your concerns straight to state lawmakers in a spotlight on Eastern Carolina recovery and Rebuild NC Roundtable.
Live from WCTI 12, this is News 12 Now at 6.
New information coming to light in a suspicious death investigation in Lenoir County.
News 12's Andrew McClung is live tonight outside the Kinston Police Department. Andrew, what is the latest from officers?
Yeah, police have now released
and President Trump is putting a pause on most of his tariff plans after issuing a 90-day stay. Our Washington Bureau will bring you the latest on that. WENY News at 6 starts right now.
From across the Twin Tiers, this is WENY News at 6.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for WENY News at 6. I'm Renata Steele.
And I'm Nick Quattrani.
Fox 5 News at 4 starts right now.
Gunfire erupts at an apartment complex, sending multiple people to jail. Find out who's charged as we learn more about how it all started. And search and rescue efforts underway following a helicopter crash in the Hudson River. You're looking at live video from New York City. What will you know just ahead? But first, we're keeping an eye on radar as severe weather threatens the area. We expect storms will impact parts of our viewing area tonight into early Friday morning. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for Fox 5 News at 4. I'm Tyler Fingerton for Christine Spiro. We have a lot to tell you about today, but those storms are where we begin this hour. Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist Jonathan Stacy joins us now with a look at what we can expect tonight and into the overnight hours.
It is tonight that all eyes are focused on as severe storms will likely roll across North Georgia. Good afternoon to you, everyone. We are tracking storms.
The leader in breaking news. This is 14 News.
Thank you for joining us on 14 News at 6. I'm Robinson Miles, of course, joined here Chief Meteorologist Jeff Lyons. Seems like today was a good example of always taking our alert days seriously.
Exactly. Even though the tornado risk was low, we had a tornado in Princeton County, in Gibson County at Princeton. Right now, the radar has kind of cleared out for the tri-state. We're still looking at a couple of storms.
Live, local, late breaking. This is 44 News. We begin tonight with a Storm Team 44 weather alert.
First tonight, devastation hits the tri-state once again. While communities grapple with flooding, our northern communities in Gibson and Du Bois County are cleaning up after a tornado destroyed several homes. Just within the hour, the National Weather Service confirms a tornado briefly touched down near the Princeton Community High School. Now, this is the second time in weeks Gibson has been hit with damage from severe weather. And before we take a look at that damage, let's turn right now to Storm Team 44 meteorologist Jonathan Weaver, who's tracking what conditions will look like overnight. Jonathan?
Yeah, that tornado was on the ground about a mile, so winds up to 105 miles per hour. Just what a gorgeous day. Blue skies all afternoon long, then I leave Torrones, and then boom, showers, thunderstorms develop out to our west.
And good evening, I'm Phil Lipoff in tonight for Lindsay Davis. Thanks so much for streaming with us. There is breaking news from the Supreme Court tonight, what the justices are saying. The Trump administration must now do about that Maryland man the government admitted to sending to a prison in El Salvador by accident. We're going to get into that in just a moment, but we are going to begin with that horrifying crash in New York City today, a helicopter carrying 6 people plunging into the Hudson River. Tonight, all 6 people on board are dead. And at this hour, crews, as you can see, remain on the scene.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Right now on the 10 o'clock news.
Tragedy on the Hudson. A helicopter crashes into the water, killing all 6 people on board, including 3 children.
We're praying for the families and our gratitude to the rescuers.
It felt like a crash. Live team coverage on the 10 o'clock news starts right now.
And we begin with that horrific crash in the Hudson River. Good evening. I'm Natasha Vermont.
And I'm Steve Lacey. You saw it all unfold right here on Fox 5. Here's the latest breaking details tonight at 10. 6 people, a family of 5 Spanish tourists, and the pilot all lost their lives when the Bell 206 helicopter broke apart midair and crashed upside down into the Hudson River just after 3 o'clock this afternoon. Tonight, officials say the dead have been recovered and removed from the water. A tragic end to a sightseeing trip.
And we have Fox 5 live team coverage for you tonight. Jessica Formoso is in Lower Manhattan. Richard Jacobus is on the New Jersey side of the Hudson.
All right, and Chief Meteorologist Nick Gregory, a certified pilot, have all the angles covered. We're going to start, though, with Jessica and new details on the victims. Jess.
Now at 11. Tragedy on the Hudson River.
Is it the kind of like thunder?
No, I never heard a sound like that before.
A helicopter carrying tourists falls from the sky.
All of a sudden, we saw the tail end of the helicopter pop off.
You saw pieces of that chopper falling into the water.
I have video, yes.
A family and a pilot killed, despite the best efforts of rescuers.
They told us they did everything they can to try to save these victims.
Tonight, team coverage of the crash, the response, and the ongoing investigation into how this happened.
It was the most terrifying thing that we've actually witnessed.
And how to stop it from happening again. Thanks for staying with News 4 as we continue to follow this still developing story. I'm David Ushery.
I'm Natalie Pasquarella. Let's talk about where the situation stands right now. We're going to take you out live to Jersey City. That's where investigators are still there on scene just a couple of hours after pulling the wreckage of that helicopter from the water. Now, to put this location into perspective for you, it's just north of the Holland Tunnel across the Hudson from Manhattan's Pier 40.
Tonight, our team is in place across 2 states to cover every angle of the crash that killed 6 people, including 3 children.
This is CBS News New York.
Tonight, tragedy in the Hudson River.
I just saw the plane started falling apart in midair, and then the tail came off.
A helicopter plummets from the sky.
I heard a big boom, thinking that it was like construction next door.
A mother, father, their 3 children, and the pilot all killed. Shoes, passports, and pieces of the chopper left floating in the water.
There was a family on there. My heart goes out to them.
Tonight, as the wreckage is slowly removed, questions remain about what went wrong. And good evening to you. I'm Christine Johnson. People from around the world travel to see the skyline of New York City in person. And that is exactly what one family from Spain was doing today. Sadly, this memorable trip turned tragic.
Breaking tonight, 6 people killed as a tourist helicopter plunges into the Hudson River.
I went straight into the water. It was a big splash.
Governor Pritzker called to testify before Congress as President Trump threatens to cut funding to sanctuary cities like Chicago.
Cloudy and cool weather, it's moving out. The return of sun tomorrow and how mild it gets this weekend.
The I-Team with student loan confusion and new options for borrowers with the Save plan on the way out.
And long lines as Harry Potter casts a magic spell on the Mag Mile.
Live from Chicago, ABC 7 Eyewitness News at 10 starts right now.
We're following breaking news tonight. 6 people are dead after a tourist helicopter crashed into the Hudson River near New York City. Everyone on board was killed, a couple from Spain and their 3 children, along with that helicopter pilot.
Video shot from nearby shows the rotor blade spinning in the air before hitting the water. Tonight, investigators are working to piece together what happened.
Trey Ward here with what we're learning so far tonight, Trey.
Rob, investigators say the family visiting from Spain was on a sightseeing tour of New York City when the chopper went down minutes after takeoff.
Live from Lincoln, this is 10/11 News at 6.
Coming up, Lincoln police reveal their annual report, and we're digging into the numbers about crime trends.
Plus, with much of the state under a red flag warning, we are taking a look at the drought in Nebraska and how it could impact our agricultural future.
First, a devastating house fire kills 3, but we know about the blaze a day later. That's our top story on 10/11 News at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Madison Pitch.
And I'm Cole Miller. Among those killed, a 5-year-old boy. And tonight, the investigation into how exactly that fire started continues to play out.
Tonight, a hit-and-run arrest. A suspect is facing a felony charge in connection with a hit-and-run crash involving a bike. What authorities are now saying, plus e-bike enforcement in Capitola. A teen rider's e-bike seized in the city. We hear from people in the area. And the wind returns. Chief Meteorologist Dan Sianka is tracking a slight cooldown and slowing sales. With peak flower season right around the corner, local vendors are concerned with the ongoing tariff war. What it means for vendors and customers. Those stories and more as KION News starts now.
Covering the Central Coast, this is KION News Channel 46 at 5:30.
Traveling way too fast.
Local leaders pushing for stricter rules around e-bikes, not just here at home, but across California. Good evening and welcome in to our 5:30 half hour.
Saludos y bienvenidos a esta edición de Noticias.
Mantente informado de las noticias que impactan tu vida.
Podemos ver cómo esos aguaceros continúan ganando cobertura.
Este patrón no lo van a ver aquí en Puerto Rico.
Manténgase al tanto del acontecer noticioso a través de Noti6 y todas nuestras plataformas en WIBR.pr y las redes sociales.
Noti6 a las 6 de la tarde, lunes a viernes por WIBR. Somos Puerto Rico.
Action News, Philadelphia's leading news program, with meteorologist Adam Joseph, Christy Aletto, Sarah Bloomquist, and Brian Taff.
Now at 4, the rain has arrived and it's here to stay. The saying, April showers will live up to its name this weekend, with the heaviest rain passing through tonight. It is Friday afternoon. I'm Sarah Bloomquist.
And I'm Brian Taff. The big story on Action News today is that system moving in right now, set to bring us plenty of rain over the next 24 hours.
From WAKA Channel 8, this is Action 8 News. Now, Esty Morrison.
Happy Saturday. Glad you're with us.
Live, local, experienced. This is 13 News This Morning, Kansas News Leader.
Good morning and welcome into 13 News. I'm Madison Bickley and happy Sunday. We're excited to have you waking up here with us this morning.
Now, ABC 7 Mornings, live.
Now at 6, terrifying moments as gunfire erupts at a Northern California park packed with families and children. We have the latest. And it's down to the wire for Oakland's leading candidates for mayor. The final push to voters ahead of Election Day. Plus, we're seeing the return of a spring favorite this weekend in San Francisco's Japantown. Good morning to you. It is Sunday, April 13th. I'm Zach Fuentes, and let's start with a look at the weather with meteorologist Lisa Argent. Good morning.
Good morning. Time to get the bathing suit out. We're talking about much warmer temperatures today.
From your local weather authority, this is your forecast first.
Well, good evening, everyone, and happy Sunday. A warm Sunday, but kind of a windy, gloomy one as well. As you can see, as we take a look out of that Graber Post buildings cam, it is just shaking uncontrollably.
Your news now. This is WTWO News Weekend Edition.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Julia Prickett. We start this evening with news out of Edgar County. And we have some exciting news here at WTWO. Beginning on Monday, April 14th, we will be broadcasting our noon newscast right here on WTWO. It will also be continued to be broadcast on our sister station WAWV as well. But again, that begins tomorrow at noon.
It's dry and nice for tonight, but storms are on the way for Monday. I'll take you hour by hour and tell you when those storms move into your neighborhood and what impacts you could see.
And a teenager behind bars after a deadly shooting just steps away from the University of Cincinnati. The shock from students and neighbors, and the latest from police. Plus, the governor's mansion set on fire in Pennsylvania. The governor and his family forced to leave in the middle of the night. The act of arson now being investigated.
This is WLWT News 5, leading the way.
A clear sky and sunshine making for a perfect Sunday, but what you're seeing outside right now will look very different in about 24 hours. Good evening and thanks for joining us at 6 o'clock. I'm Lindsay Stone. After what seemed like non-stop rain last week,
Breaking right now at 6:30 on CBS News Philadelphia. New information on an arson attack at the governor's mansion. Josh Shapiro and his family forced to evacuate their home in the middle of the night.
This type of violence is not okay. This kind of violence is becoming far too common in our society.
Authorities are calling this an act of terrorism. Good evening. I'm Aziza Shuler. The governor and state police just wrapped up a news conference just a short time ago, and they revealed they have a man in custody. He's identified as 38-year-old Cody Balmer of Harrisburg. Investigators have been combing the grounds of the governor's mansion all day. The fire was set just hours after Shapiro, along with friends and family, celebrated Passover in the home.
This is KDKA TV News at 6:30.
Tonight, we begin with breaking news. A man is under arrest, accused of setting the Pennsylvania governor's mansion on fire. State police just announced a 38-year-old Cody Balmer was taken into custody. Thanks for joining us at 6:30. I'm Erica Stanish. Police say charges haven't been filed yet, but Balmer faces counts of attempted murder, terrorism, and aggravated arson.
Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is News Watch 16 at 10.
If this individual was trying to deter me from doing my job as your governor, rest assured I will find a way to work even harder than I was just yesterday for the good people of Pennsylvania. It is not okay, and it has to stop.
A call for an end to violence after an arsonist damages part of the governor's home.
We have to be better than this. We have a responsibility to all be better.
How police say that man made it into the house.
Concern over a measles exposure in Lancaster County. What you need to know and what health officials say is fueling the spread nationwide.
We have a few showers that will be developing late overnight, as well as a chance for some thunder showers as we get into tomorrow evening. I'll time it out for you in my full forecast.
Last night, we experienced an attack not just on our family, but on the entire Commonwealth.
Governor Josh Shapiro addressing not only our state, but the country after his home is set on fire. And tonight we're getting a first look at the damage done to the inside of the governor's residence. As investigators say, you can see the charred walls and the burned tables and the blackened ceilings. Good evening, I'm McKenna Alexander. This arson attack happening in the middle of the night, but thanks to the quick response from his security team, the governor and his family were able to get out of the burning home safely.
Now with 11 breaking news. Police shoot and kill a man swinging a 14-inch knife steps from a subway station in Queens. New details just in. Plus, out of business. The FAA shuts down that tour company that operated that helicopter that crashed in the Hudson River last week. We're live with that. Plus, the latest developments into what caused the crash. And we begin with that breaking news in Queens. I'm Gus Rosendale. Police officers opened fire on that man after getting reports that he was threatening to kill someone. Chopper 4 over the scene near the 30th Avenue subway station in Astoria. News 4's Gabby Acevedo live at that scene, and he has new information. Gabby?
Rowdy Williams, your hometown lawyer.
From your local weather authority, here's your forecast first.
Well, good afternoon. It's a nice spring-like start to the week. Temperatures this midday right now are showing 71 in Terre Haute, just bumped up a degree in Washington at 69, Effingham 70, Paris currently 69 degrees as well. For the rest of the afternoon, we'll see a little bit of sunshine, though a lot of cloud cover has started to move in, and our daytime high around 70 degrees. We'll talk details about a cooler Tuesday and some rain chances this week, too. Your full forecast is coming up.
From your local news leader, this is WTWO News at noon.
An early morning fire in Terre Haute destroys a home and damages 2 others. What the fire department says happened. And the stock market has been up again this morning. We'll take a look at why. A change from President Trump over the weekend may help your retirement. Also a bit later, the price on just about everything, though, has gone up as many people get ready to celebrate Easter this weekend. What it could cost you. Well, good afternoon to you, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Dana Winkleplack. This morning, a fire destroyed at least one home, damaged 2 others. According to the Terre Haute Fire Department, crews went to the 1400 block of Plum Street just before 7:30 a.m. Now, no one living in the home that was on fire. It is considered.
You'll find all your local news on WAWV, your local news leader. From your local news leader, this is WTWO News at noon.
All right, knockout round 3 tonight on The Voice.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thanks, Julie. Thank you for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful day.
From your local weather authority, here's your forecast first.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a nice day across here. A lot of cloud cover, but the temperatures have been nice and most of us staying dry today. Here's what it looks like right now in Terre Haute with our Great Post building cam. We're looking south. You can see a lot of cloud cover across the area, but again, most rain has been off to the southeast of this area. Current temperatures right now pretty much in the 60s, although we're starting to turn cooler now. As area, you can see on the Dorsey Automotive Doppler radar, showers are off to the southeast of this area. We're in pretty good shape locally. There's that line of thunderstorms developing near Cincinnati and pushing off to the southeast. So your forecast looks like this overnight. Looks good. A bit cooler tomorrow, but it's going to warm right back up. We'll talk all about it in just a little bit.
From your local news leader, this is WAWV Live at 5.
3 homes damaged after a house goes up in flames.
Proposed changes that could affect local superior courts.
Also, an update on efforts to make sure local children in need have food to eat over summer break.
Thanks so much for watching. An early morning fire destroyed a house in Terre Haute.
Yeah, 2 neighboring homes then suffered damage due to the exposure to flames. Here, coming up after the break, Jesse back with a look at that forecast.
WAWV Live at 5 with Mike Tank, Dana Winkleplack, and Chief Meteorologist Jesse Walker. From your local news leader, this is WTWO News at 6.
1 home destroyed, 2 others damaged after a Terre Haute house goes up in flames. A neighbor describes the moment she saw the fire.
Proposed changes that could affect local superior courts.
Plus, news about an upcoming town hall for the public to comment on the possible merger of Union Health and Terre Haute Regional Hospital. We'll have the details. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Mike Tang.
And I'm Dana Winkleplack. An early morning fire in Terre Haute destroyed a house and then damaged.
WTWO News at 6 with Mike Tank, Dana Winkleplack, Chief Meteorologist Jesse Walker, and Sports Director Grant Pugh.
News Nation is my favorite.
From your local news leader, this is WTWO News at 11.
More STEM learning opportunities for local students thanks to a recent vote. And 1 home destroyed and 2 others damaged after a Terre Haute house goes up in flames. A neighbor describes the moment she saw the fire. Plus, hundreds of teachers converge on the Indiana State House for a protest surrounding property taxes. And thanks for watching. This evening, the Vigo County School Corporation approved funding for the Project Lead the Way Launch Program grant. All right, coming up after the break, news about some proposed changes that could impact some superior courts. Then later in sports, a battle of unbeatens on the softball diamond tonight as West Vigo welcomes Riverton Park. Grant will drop by with those highlights a little bit later.
WTWO News at 11 with Mike Tank, Chief Meteorologist Jesse Walker, and Sports Director Grant Pugh. The Stock Report on WTWO is brought to you by First Farmers Bank and Trust. Find all your local news on WTWO, your local news leader. Your local weather authority with Chief Meteorologist Jesse Walker.
Welcome back, everybody. Temperature's pretty good. We hit 50.
From the Wabash Valley Chevy Dealers Sports Desk, Sports Director Grant Pugh.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Let's start with the big softball.
He is ready. All right. Thank you, folks. Have a great night, everyone.
A Coloradan will walk free from prison any moment now, burst free as a result of the CBI evidence scandal. We're talking to the prosecutor, who must decide whether to put him back on trial.
There are times where the right thing to do is also the hard thing to do.
The new Republican frontrunner for governor is the guy who floated an idea that would lead to huge Republican wins in Colorado. You just stop counting each vote equally. Afghans who fled their country, given the legal right to be here in Colorado, may soon lose that. This is a bad week to be a pothole in Westminster. City's going ham, filling hundreds of them in a few days.
We're going to be covering 1,136 lane miles of roadway.
And a community college is restarting its citizenship classes for future Americans thanks to your donations. Because you don't just watch, because this is next.
A Coloradan convicted of murder, expected to spend the rest of his life in prison. Instead, he is about to walk free any minute now.